the name. So today we're doing TRE. Do you have any idea what it is?
My son was explaining a little bit about it today, but I'd say that was fairly brief.
Okay, great. You had a little introduction.
Yeah.
Yeah. So TRE is trauma and tension releasing therapy. So what we're trying to do is activate a muscle tremor response in the body that's totally natural to us. We've just forgotten how to do it. So in this session, I forgot again a timer. I forgot this last time. May I use someone's phone for a timer?
Sure.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Phones, I'm going to make sure phones on silent. I'm not going to
Okay, we can do a phone.
phones that often. Sorry, Neve.
Not at all, not at all. It's a good thing. So we'll be doing 6 exercises, and some of you are beginners, some of you have done it once before, and some of you have done it a couple of times. And so we'll be doing everything like you are total beginners. Some of you might have had a different day than others, so your bodies will be tired. So listen to your bodies. You don't have to do the exercise for as long as I am saying, okay, you can stop now. If you feel like stopping before, stop before. So you were always in control, and you were always listening to how your body feels. So we're doing an exercise. What I'm saying is you might become tired more quickly just because of the day you had. Then after 6 exercises, we're going to get down onto the ground, and that's where the real magic happens. I'm going to demonstrate the exercise to you first, and you're going to watch me, and I know you'll want to try attempt it, but try watch and try listen to the instruction. And then I will guide you again, and then you can put your body into the right way and go into the exercise. Right, so we'll begin. So the first exercise, you can all stand up. Wonderful. So the first exercise is you're going to be placing your feet hip width apart. So again, just watch me first. And you're going to be bringing the weight of your body over to the left foot and then over to the right foot. And you're really trying to feel into all the surface of the foot against the ground as you move from left to right. It's important here also to keep a bend in the knees, so we're not straining any of the joints, so we're just keeping a bend in the knees, going from left to the right. So we'll begin. So feet are hip width apart. So you can stagger yourselves as you like. Feet are hip width apart, and you're going to go from the left to the right. Keeping a bend in the knees, and going at your own pace, feeling into the flat of the foot. You can, if you like, close down your eyes here and bring all of your attention to your feet, feeling the weight of your body move from left to right. TRE is a practice of communication with the body. So at all times, we do not want to drift off with the mind. If you think you're drifting off with the mind, just open your eyes or start to feel into the sensations in your body. Okay, great. So you can check out the legs. And we're going to start moving up the legs now into the calf muscles. So this exercise, it's nice if you have something you can lean against. So you watch me first, and then we can find a surface, because I'm going to explain again. So say we start with the left foot. We're going to lean all of our weight into our left foot. We're going to bend that knee, and you lift up the right foot behind you. Now the action here is to lift the left heel up and the left heel down. There's no other body part involved here. The left heel comes up, the left heel goes down. The left heel comes up, the left heel goes down. Now what might happen is this. The left heel goes up, the left heel goes down, and we swing on the foot. The left heel goes up, and we come down and we swing. Don't want that because we want all the movement to be in the calf. So we just go up and down. Now we're working on a scale of 1 to 10 here, where 1 is you feel absolutely nothing and 10 is extreme pain and exhaustion. We're trying to get to like a 6, no more than a 7. A 6 is where you feel like it's activated, you feel like you're working it, but there's no fatigue and there's no pain. So now we can begin. We can try to find a surface to lean against, whatever you can use here if you like. Okay, good. Wonderful. So we're going to lean into the left leg and bending that left standing leg. We're going to pick up the right foot behind us, and from here we're going to lift our heel up, heel down, heel up, heel down, and continue at your own pace. Now all of our legs will have a different tiredness today. So when you've reached 6, where you know the calf muscle is activated, you know the calf muscle is working, but there's no fatigue and there's no pain. If you hit that, you've gone too far. And when you've hit 6, you just stop and we wait. Great, and if you are finished with the 6, you can shake out the legs if you like. Be gentle with your body today. This isn't exercise, we're not going to the gym, we're not looking for a burn. We're just looking to switch it on, that's all. So we're going to switch on to the next leg. So bringing all your weight into your right foot, bending the knee. And then you're going to pick up the left leg behind you. And from here, we're going to lift the right heel off the ground and the right heel back down. Right heel up, right heel down. And continue at your own pace, working with that scale of 1 to 10. When you feel a 6, like you worked it, it's switched on, stop. It doesn't matter how fast or slow you go, it's repetition that's going to work into that calf muscle. Keeping a bend in that standing leg. And the heel comes up and the heel goes down. So we'll finish it there. And shaking out that foot, we're going to move on to the next exercise. So the next exercise, we're working further up the legs, we're working into the thigh muscles. This exercise, our feet again are going to be hip width apart, and we're going to bend at the knees. Yeah, you can come back around. You can bend at the knees, and you're going to fold forward. Now you can bring your hands to the ground here, or if you can't reach the bottom, that's totally okay. You can just leave your body hanging. The most important thing here is that your head, neck and shoulders are loose, resting, deactivated. So whether you're here or you're here, it doesn't matter, whatever is the most comfortable. From here, if your hands are on the ground, you're going to lean the weight into your hands and you're going to pick up the right foot. All of your weight is in your left foot. The move here is to move your hip to the sky. So your hip to the sky, hip to the sky. Front body is going to be relaxed. Hip to the sky, hip to the sky. And then you come back up. So we'll begin and then we'll go into the next foot. So from here, feet go hip width apart. You're going to bend forward, bringing the hands to the ground if you can. All of your weight is going to go into your left foot, so you're bringing a generous bend into the knees. All of the weight is going into your left foot. You're picking up the right foot behind, and you're allowing the head, neck and shoulders to hang heavy. And now you're going to push the left hip to the sky and back down again. The left hip to the sky and back down again. Left hip to sky and back down again. We don't want a huge bend in the knee when we're coming down. We're just coming back to the starting point and back up again. Again, we're working on a scale of 1 to 10. So once you feel it's activated, place your right foot down, bend your knees generously, and bring your hands on top of your knees and push off with your hands. Lovely, to raise up.
Do we lift the heel or the
Hip to the sky.
The heel is it?
No,
Cross up.
heel is flat on the ground.
Yeah.
Yes. It's actually good if you bring the weight back onto your heel so the weight is not on your hands.
So it's like bending and straightening the knee is what causes the movement.
No, it's
No.
hip to sky. Hip to sky. So we're going to do it on the other side now so I can demonstrate
Okay.
again.
Sorry.
Not at all, not at all. So I'd say you're good there, Mona. Oh, and come up slowly. Down, go up slowly. Right, okay, so I'll just demonstrate once more.
Yeah.
So feet are hip width apart. You're going to lean forward and you're going to bend your knees generously. Your hands are here for support if you can reach the ground. You bring all the weight of your body into your right foot and you're picking up the left foot behind. Now the weight is in the foot, not the hands. I can lift the hands here if I want to, but they're just there for support, not to put weight into it. The movement is hip to sky. Knee back down to where we began, hip to sky, hip to sky. So I'm consciously just moving this bone up, up, up.
But you're using your knee to do it.
My knee, of course, is part of the action, but that's not
Is that
mentally.
the emphasis? Okay.
That's not mentally what's happening.
Okay.
I am focusing on my hip
Okay.
and pushing the hip to the sky.
Okay.
Ensure my knee follows
Yeah,
because it's attached.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll come down and do that foot. So feet are hip width apart. Falling forward once more. Bringing the hands out in front if you can. The hands are here for support. They don't have to be so far in front, just where they fall. Bringing all of the weight onto your right foot. Picking up the left foot behind. And now making sure there's a bend in the right knee. And that's where you're going to come back to when you do come back down. Now all of the weight is on your right foot. Bring it into the heel of the foot. Bring it into the heel of the foot. Now hip to sky. Bring your hip to sky and back down to where your knee was. Hip to sky. Back down to where your knee was. Hip to sky. And continue at your own pace, whatever pace feels good for you. Hip to sky, lovely, hip to sky. Bringing your weight back into your right heel. We don't want the weight in your hands. And working with that scale of 1 to 10, where 1 you feel nothing, 10 is extreme pain and exhaustion. We're looking for a 6. It's switched on, not fatigued, not painful. When you do come to an end, you'll place your left foot down, you'll bend your knees generously, you'll put your hands on top of your knees, and then you're going to push so your back comes up nice and straight. Lovely, so you can shake out your legs there. Okay. You wonder if that was okay? Yeah. Yeah. So the next position, we are going to be bringing our feet 2 to 3 feet apart. And we're going to be bending into our knees. So having a look at me first, and then I'll do it again. So bending your knees, folding forward, and again bringing the hands out in front of you. If you can reach it, great. If you can, it doesn't matter. Head, neck, and shoulders are hanging heavy here. And you are going to breathe into your belly 3 times. 3 deep breaths into your belly. Once you have 3 deep breaths taken, you are going to walk your hands over to the left, feeling a stretch in the side body, in the right side body when you go to the left. Now the most important thing in this movement, when you're going to the left, is to be aware of your knees. Your knees need to stay in the same place. We are only turning the upper body. What tends to happen is when you walk the hands over, your legs will follow. It's very easy to walk your hands over, so I suggest when you're doing that to pay attention to your knees. My knees are pointing forward, my knees are pointing forward, my knees are pointing forward. That'll help. And then when you're here, you take 3 deep breaths. And then you come back over to the right, imagining your knees are like lights in a car. They're pointing forward, placing all of your attention on your knees. It's very easy to walk your hands. And we're not looking for a huge stretch over here. Nobody's getting any middle stay. We're just very gentle, slight activation. And then we take 3 breaths here. Then we come back to the center and we walk behind and we take 3 breaths here. And all of these are head, neck, and shoulders are relaxed. To come up, we are going to heel toe the feet together until they're hip width apart. We're going to bend our knees. We're going to put our hands on top of our knees. And then we're going to just push ourselves off so our spine is nice and straight. And then we just walk ourselves up. Now, we're down there for quite some time. So if at any point you think it's too much, you can come up. If you need to come up, don't just shoot up, because all the blood has gone to your head. You'll be very lightheaded. So just make sure you do the hip width or heel to toe and come up nice and slowly. So we begin. So 2 to 3 feet apart. Yeah, a little bit short. Okay. As you like. So from here, bending the knees, folding forward, bringing your hands to the ground. The head, neck, and shoulders hang heavy here. And begin to breathe deeply into your belly. Now we're going to begin to walk over to the left. Pay attention to your knees. It's the most important thing. Your knees stay pointing forward like lights on a car as your hands walk over. Resting the head, neck, and shoulders down and breathing into the belly. Again, like lights on a car, your knees are pointing forward. Begin to walk your hands over to the right. Pay attention to your knees. And now hang here. When you get into position, allow your head, neck, and shoulders to hang heavy. Now from here, again, paying attention to your knees. They're pointing forward. You're going to walk your hands to the center, and then you're going to turn your fingers around as you walk your hands through, stretching into the lower back. Hanging the head, neck and shoulders. Keeping that bend in the knees. And from here, walking the hands to the front. Walking the hands to the front. Bending the knees generously. Placing your hands on top of your knees. And push your hands against your legs to straighten your back. Lovely. And start to come up very slowly. Wonderful. Now you've been down there for quite some time, so it might just take a second to settle. If you want to shake anything out, if that feels good to you, do so. And we're on our last exercise before we do the one on the wall. So this exercise is going to work into our front body. Are you okay? You want some water? Yeah, you get some. Your glasses? Show. Oh, glasses. Good, let's do it. You feel good? Yeah. So you take a break while you watch. So we're working into the psoas muscles, the muscles here in the front of the body. Your feet are going to be hip width apart. You're going to bend into the knees more generously this time. Our hands, everybody has this place in your back where your hands fit. They can be higher and lower depending on the individual. But you're putting the palms flat. Your shoulders are rolling around and down your back, and your elbows are coming together. The last part, you're going to imagine that there's a string in your chest pulling it up to the ceiling. From here, with the knees bent, you're going to tuck your pelvis under. It's the last position. And here we stay, and here we breathe. After a certain time, I will ask you to bring your right shoulder over to the left. Your hips and knees stay pointing forward. We're only using the upper body, so pay attention to this. Again, it's very easy to make the movement, not so easy to make the lower body not follow. So bringing your right over to the left, we're crossing into the side body here, we're working into the side muscles. And we're going to stay here for a number of breaths before you're going to bring the left shoulder over. Again, paying attention to your hips and knees, that they remain pointing forward. And then you come back to center, and then we just straighten the legs. So I'll go over that again. So bringing the feet hip width apart. Bend into your knees. You're going to bring the palms of your hands flat on a crevice in your lower back. It could be your upper buttock, wherever that crevice is for you. Rolling your shoulders around and down your back and trying to bring your elbows together. Imagining that there's a string in your chest, pulling it up to the ceiling. And last but not least, with that generous bend in the knees, we want to tuck our pelvis under. So you should feel this across your front body. And now begin to breathe into your belly. Does everyone feel it? Do you feel it? Not very much. It can be subtle. Maybe bring your head Now from here, paying attention to your hips and knees, you're going to bring your right shoulder over to the left, over towards the left, only moving the upper body. The lower body stays still. So bringing your right shoulder over to the left. Making sure your shoulders are rolled away and down your back, your elbows are together, and your chest is going up towards the sky. Bend your knees more. Come down lower. Bend your knees more. Yes. Tuck your pelvis under. Pelvis under. Yes. There we go. bring your right shoulder over. You feel you wanna.
Matter where you look.
No, it doesn't really. So from here, we're going to bring the opposite shoulder over to the opposite hip, making sure the lower body stays pointing forward. So hips and knees are pointing forward. Keeping that pelvic tucked under. Lovely. Breathing deeply. And from here, coming back to center and straightening those legs. Wonderful. So from here, we are going to go against the wall. Now there are 7 of us, and I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, or maybe 2 will have to do sumo.
Auto, yeah.
No, because the camera's leaning against it. You'll be testing faith.
No, I don't know.
I might actually just check that for a second if it's still going. Yeah. I remember to press record, that's good. You good? Yeah. It's okay if we're not all against the wall. There is an alternative position that we can do. It would be good if you're against the wall because it's your first time.
Okay.
Maybe you're tired today to do some more.
Yeah, I do the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
No, I don't need to walk.
yeah.
I do it short.
Yes, I think no either. And then maybe somebody else who's feeling a bit more tired today probably doesn't need the wall. Yeah. Okay, we see who gets the space first.
So the lights and then.
Yeah. So I'll demonstrate it here. So I might get the 2 of you just to move here, just so the camera can see me, and you can move closer if you like, so you can see. So we're going to be 2 feet from the wall. So we go 1, 2, and then you bring your hands against the wall, and you're going to sit, and you're going to put the sacrum against the wall. That's what's supporting you. So you bring your sacrum against the wall, like your back could be against the wall. Sorry, could be against the wall, or it could be forward. It's not going to be forward, but what I'm saying is your weight is in your sacrum. You should be able to see your toes. Your hands are down by your sides. Your head can be like this or it can be back. It doesn't matter. In this position, we do not want the thighs to go over a 5. If at any time it goes over a 5, it's too much. You place your hands against the wall and you walk in closer and you just move up, making sure you can see your toes, and you'll still keep this activation. Now while you're on the wall here, sometimes tremors can begin to occur. Tremors, bouncing, shaking, different sensations like heat or cold, different sensations. So we just wait and we see. We'll be here for a couple of minutes and we'll see what happens. If at any time it becomes too much for you, and if you just want to break, totally okay. Listen to your body. You're in control here. You push your hands on the wall and you push yourself off the wall and you go for a walk. And then you can come back to the wall. You don't have to stay here. Okay? Ready, set, go. Find your space. Okay, you'll be okay here. I think I'll also
Yeah.
Another space there, isn't it? And
There's
another
two spaces here.
Sure.
Mihal, there's a space here.
2 spaces there.
And Mona, there's a
Well,
space here.
Mona, you take this and
Yeah,
put
you
one
go
this
over
way.
there.
Should be.
You can, that's okay for me. My sacrum is supported. Look here.
Oh yeah. But there's a space though.
Okay.
Yeah, you might as well go.
Yeah. You want something behind
Is
you?
there a book? You give me a book.
Yeah.
With that. Book,
The
yeah.
stones are holding the curtain, so choose your book. But like not too heavy. Yeah.
This might work. Want to try it? Or you're okay?
I think it will.
Yeah?
You do.
Great. So we're all on the wall, which is fantastic. And Sylvia is doing sumo today, so I'll be with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you're going to take 2 steps from the wall. 1, 2, and your feet are hip width apart. Then you're going to bring your hand. You're going to use your hands to slowly guide yourself onto the wall, sitting against the wall, putting your sacrum against the wall. Your back will be straight, and your hands are hanging down by your side. And you can begin to relax here. You have the option of closing your eyes or opening them, whatever feels good for you, or to explore. Sometimes open, sometimes closed. So the alternative position, sumo. Imagine you're a sumo wrestler. You're just going to get down like this. You can come on here if you want, because that might be slippery. Yeah. What we're trying to aim to do is we're trying to tire your quads out. Yeah. So once you feel tired enough, get up. That's all you need.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to do, so allow your hands to hang heavy. Hang heavy, hang heavy. We're going to do a conscious, make sure you can see your toes as well. If you can't see your toes, step them out a little bit. You don't want your knees to be over your toes. We're going to begin a conscious relaxation here. So for this part, if you feel comfortable to do so, to close down your eyes. And as I call out the body part, try to invite relaxation. Try to imagine that part is just melting. Bringing your awareness to the top of your head. Imagining your scalp relaxing. Your forehead relaxing. Your eyes, your eyelids relaxing. Your cheeks, your nose, your lips relaxing. Your jaw, feeling all the tension melt away. Your neck, your shoulders, your lower back, your arms hanging heavy, relaxing. Feeling into the front of your chest. Imagine it. All the tension relaxing. Your belly hanging loose. And your pelvis relaxing. I invite you to tune into the sensations in your body. Stay away from the mind. Stay away from the lovely, beautiful, meditative places. It's not what TRE is about. Today you are here to start the conversation with your body. Become present with the sensations that you feel. Explore, where do they begin? Where do they end? On what layer of my body do these sensations appear? Be curious. This is your body talking to you. Staying present in the body. Tuning into those sensations. If you have your eyes closed, I invite you to open them. Open your eyes. And from here we're going to end the exercise, but we're going to keep our feet in the same place. So you're going to use your hands to push off against the wall and to bring yourself into a standing position. Trish, you might not have enough room, Moni might have not enough room, you should come out here. Just for this exercise. And you can bring your feet in with her. This exercise, we're just going to fold forward, allowing the head, neck and shoulders to hang heavy. And you can bend the knees to come down. But when you're down, then you're going to push your legs up. And as you push your legs up, straighten them, go slowly. And you might find a spot that trembling might begin to appear. And test it out, you know, you can put your legs totally straight, but if you go slowly, there's normally a point where something might kick in. So just give it a try. So leaning your whole body forward, bring your bend into knee as you come down, help you. And now slowly begin to straighten your legs, looking for that spot. And if you find that spot, stay there. If you don't find that spot, straighten your legs completely. We'll just be here for 1 minute. From here, bending into the knees generously, bringing your hands on top of your knees, and then straightening your arms, bringing your back up nice and straight. Wonderful. So you have a little break here as you watch me for the next section. We're going to be coming on to the floor. So I'll just demonstrate. So in the beginning, we're just going to lie down, totally straight, no pillow, and you're just going to lie down and feel into your body, trying to become aware of any sensations that you may feel. When I give you a cue, you're going to bend your knees and bring the soles of your feet together, butterfly, and you're going to allow your knees to drop outwards. And we wait here, we stay here. Now in any of these positions, trembling may occur, sensations may come up, or temperatures. Everything is perfectly normal and natural. After we're here for 2 minutes, we're going to then lift our hips up to the sky, only an inch. We're not looking for something huge up here, we're just looking for something small. And then we wait here for a minute. And today my hips want to go to the right. Other days they'll bounce, other days they'll sway, and you will just allow your body to do what it needs to do to work whatever it is working out. You don't need to get involved in the process. It's better if you don't. Just stay with the sensations. Don't try to get the mind involved, is what I'm saying with stories. Then after this, you're going to bring your hips back down, and then we're going to bring and relax the knees. We're going to bring the knees an inch closer together. And then we leave them here for a minute. So mine are swaying today. Then after a minute, we're going to bring our knees an inch closer together. And after another minute, we're going to bring our knees an inch closer together again. After that, I'm going to ask you to put your feet flat on the floor. Knees bent. So you see just where my knees were, I left them like that. If you need to adjust them, you can, but that's optimal. And then we just wait. And we'll be waiting here for 15 minutes. We will have a break in the middle. I'm going to ask you to get up, go for a short walk, and then we will come back to the position just to see how that affects the tremoring. You may not want to get up because you'll be enjoying it too much if something is happening. This is the mind. We want to let the body know I'm creating a safe container for you. So we do these things to let the body know that everything is safe and I'm in control, that there is always an exit if you need one. Because we're working against the defense mechanisms which we have created to keep this stuff in our body in the first place. At the very end then, I'm going to ask you to go into your relaxing position. It can be like this, Shavasana, but if you prefer, you can go into fetal. If you prefer, you can sit up. Whatever you're in the mood for. It could be another position that I didn't show here. You might have a go-to that you like. And you're going to integrate here for a couple of minutes. Okay, so we begin. I'm going to talk you through everything as we go again, but just so you have a visual. It's a family area. They are. Right, so we're going to lie down, flatten our back. So we like to straighten all the legs, so maybe yeah, and I can put something on the ground there so your arm isn't yeah, because it's your arm that you're waving. Alright, so feeling into your body. Option, keep the eyes closed or open here. Remembering not to go into that lovely meditative state that's calling you. To try your best to stay present. Tuning into, so straighten your legs out. Tuning into the sensations that you may or may not feel. From here, you are going to bend your knees and bring the soles of your feet together in butterfly position, allowing the knees to totally drop out and the feet are connected together. hands are down by your side. And consciously connecting the soles of your feet. Tuning into the sensations in your body, the language of your body. From here, you're going to pick your hips up an inch off the mat. Pick your hips up an inch off the mat and hold for 1 minute. Very normal, natural here for swaying, bouncing, tremoring. A variety of sensations can arise. Just observe, be curious. See if you can find out, where do they begin? Where does it end? Does it move? Does it shift? Does it change? Bringing your hips back down, keeping your feet connected, and bringing your knees an inch closer together. Stay here for 1 minute. If you have your eyes closed, I invite you to open them and just see if that changes anything for you. If you don't feel comfortable opening your eyes, that's not a problem. But just test it out for yourself if you like. Bringing your knees an inch closer together. Lovely. And consciously holding your knees here. They might want to drop out, so just keeping your attention on your knees. Your hips are down on the ground. Your back is flat. And bringing your knees an inch closer together. From here, you're going to separate your feet and you're going to place them flat on the mat in front of you. Separating the feet. Mona, feet flat on the ground. Keeping, you want to do it? Bend the knees. it's part of the brain thing.
But I thought I was listening to you that you said before that it's good to let the body do it.
But when we're moving on to a new part of the
Okay.
exercise, yes.
Next time.
Tuning into the body and staying present with any sensations that arise. If not much is happening for you, I invite you to play with your knees. Listen to my instruction first. To bring your knees a little bit closer together or a little bit further apart. If you hit onto something, stay there. And stay there for a minute or 2 minutes at least before you try something new. The body, when it gets into something, it's trying to work something out, so we need to give it time. So you move it and you wait. Hold. now I'm going to do something very unpleasant. I would like you all to straighten your legs. And I would like you to make your way up into a standing position. And I'd love you all to walk around the room and stamp your feet. Feel into your feet. And do a whole circuit. Square them. Feel like I'm putting an army together. Or a cute event. Okay, you did a great job. You're all tired. You can go back down into your mats and lie down with your legs straight. And now we're going to resume where we were once more, which I'm sure you're very excited about. You can bend the knees, place your feet flat on the ground, and wait. Don't push, don't expect, just wait. And say, what was that? Yeah, you put it. Try maybe put your feet a little bit further. Yeah. Relaxing into the body once more. Do any sensations arise? If they do, are they different than before? Has the intensity changed in any way, more or less? Most importantly, be patient. Go easy on your body. You are safe here. You are held. And you are loved. have come to an end, you will straighten your legs out in front of you. And you're going to come into your relaxing position. You can remain here, you can go into fetal position, you can sit, whatever position feels most comfortable for you. And we're going to stay here for a couple of minutes and I'm going to be silent. Again, in this position, stay with the body. Try not to float off into meditative spaces. Feel into the sensations of the body, what arises.